Top 9 Hidden Facts about Tom Hiddleston, Luki, you never know about him. 1. He had his first kiss when he was 10 years old. She was a huge crush. We were in the same class. A lot of note swapping. And eventually it all went down in a cricket pavilion on an autumn night, Hiddleston told LUK in 2014. It was very thrilling. 2. Hiddleston owns Loki's scarf from the first Thor movie. For my birthday, they sent me the scarf that Loki wears in the trailer scene in Thor, Hiddleston told Collider in 2012. Remember when he turns up in a nice suit and overcoat? He is wearing a scarf, and so now I am in possession of my Loki scarf. Years later, the actor still has the accessory. In fact, he showed it off during a virtual appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live in 2021. 3. Tom Hiddleston's college nickname was Piddle. Very soon after I arrived I got the nickname Piddle, he told Graham Norton in 2020. The boys made up the rhyme, Hiddle Piddle did a whittle in the middle of the night. Among those who may have accused Hiddleston of doing a whittle was Eddie Redmayne, a classmate who went on to have his own successful acting career. 4. If he wasn't an actor, Hiddleston would probably be a teacher. I think there would be something very rewarding about teaching, Hiddleston told The Guardian in 2022. I would teach drama or Shakespeare. 5. Tom Hiddleston's stage work led to Thor. Hiddleston appeared in plays at both Eton College and the University of Cambridge, and then spent several years in theatre. He graduated from the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art in 2005. Theatregoers saw him in Cymbeline and Othello, among other plays. It was on stage that Hiddleston first met Kenneth Branagh, an acclaimed actor and director who was preparing to helm 2011's Thor. Despite scant screen credits, Branagh selected Hiddleston to be the villain, a role that's lasted for a decade and counting. While Thor was a huge break for Hiddleston, the actor actually had his sights set on playing the God of Thunder. Hiddleston even did a screen test with a long, flowing wig and a buffed-up physique. In fact, Thor was the only audition he did for the movie before being cast as Loki, which Branagh felt would fit his mischievous sense of humor better. You can watch the somewhat surreal footage above. 6. Tom Hiddleston didn't know Loki would be a long-time gig. When he was cast in Thor, Hiddleston wasn't totally aware of Marvel's plan of interconnected, serialized storytelling. I was like, excuse me, he told Entertainment Weekly in 2021. Because of Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige was already 3-4 steps ahead. That took me a few minutes to process. Because I didn't quite realize how it just suddenly had a scope. And being cast as Loki, I realized, was a very significant moment for me in my life, and was going to remain. The creative journey was going to be so exciting. It was also intended to be brief. Loki's run was supposed to end in death in 2013's Thor: The Dark World, but test audiences vetoed the character's demise, believing he was too much of a slippery villain to be done in so easily. And while Loki technically died in 2018's Avengers: Infinity War, some time travel has him alive and well in the Loki series. 7. Tom Hiddleston's father didn't think his son had a real job. Ever a pragmatic thinker, Hiddleston's father, James, had trouble understanding his son's acting ambitions. He was genuinely worried that I would be bored and unfulfilled, Hiddleston told The Telegraph in 2014. Acting was completely other from anything he knew, and he just couldn't see that it was a real job. Hiddleston eventually explained that on Thor, his schedule was grueling. He's seen that it takes 6 months to make a Thor film. I've described my working process to him, the fact that, some days, I get up at 4 in the morning and don't get home until 9 at night, and he has absolutely acknowledged that that's real work. 8. Tom Hiddleston can do a fantastic horse impression. Like a number of actors, Hiddleston can slip into other personas with uncanny accuracy. Among the impressions he's done in public, Owen Wilson, Chris Evans, Alan Rickman, the horse from the 2011 film War Horse, and a velociraptor. You can see Hiddleston's many faces above. 9. Tom Hiddleston is a UNICEF ambassador. For years, Hiddleston has represented UNICEF UK as an ambassador, raising awareness of the humanitarian crisis in Guinea and South Sudan. He travelled to Guinea in 2013 and South Sudan in 2016 and 2017. Everywhere there is inequality, everywhere there is division, and I worry about it, the actor told Interview magazine in 2016. I think everybody does. I wish we could be decent to each other. And I've thought a lot about whether I have a responsibility to stand up for what I believe in because I have a platform, because I have a voice. There is a red line where you do have to stand up for these children. They haven't asked for this. And, by the way, I am so profoundly aware of my lack of skill to make any material difference. I am not a doctor. I can't influence foreign policy. I can't build schools.
Thank you.